If having sex is a sin, you can call me Sinny Sin Sin.
And you can call me Double Sin.
Oh, God.
It is time for the fucking podcast. LavaSlug podcast coming at you quick.
That's right, dude. Coming at you quick.
Super quick. Coming on you quick. And then forgetting your name. Clean yourself up.
Here's a towel.
Here's a towel. Clean yourself. A used one. Clean yourself up.
Oh, look, I'm spinning again like in that video.
Yeah. So we're going to have a never-ending loop of our previous videos.
Yeah.
Bam, on this. So it's like, you know, when we get a better camera.
It's inception of our podcast.
Yeah, if you think you know what Inception is, you don't understand.
I wonder if we get views for those videos every time this gets viewed.
Ooh, big brain.
You know what I mean? Like, we're duplicating our viewership by doing this, I feel like.
Big fucking brain.
We're onto something here.
We're going to call this the Broke Podcast because your boys. Broke boys.
Broke as shit over here, my guy.
Yeah, damn, it's hard out there, boys. Fucking hard out there.
When you go to Vegas.
All right. Hey, guess what? Epstein didn't kill himself.
That's not fucking true.
Oh, I got him. I said he didn't kill himself.
Oh. I thought you said...
Got him.
I thought you said he did.
Got him.
I was about to fucking go in.
So you said he did kill himself?
No.
Okay. All right.
Fuck off. You know what I mean?
I tricked him earlier.
Yeah,
Epstein may have killed himself.
No.
That prison is known for having shit fucking cameras.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, regardless, okay? Anybody that's
And he had already attempted suicide like a week before.
We've talked about this before. I think that it's completely rational to believe that the motherfucker is still out there doing his goddamn shit. You
think he's alive?
Yeah, that the elites faked his whole death. It's the same thing we talked about with Bin Laden.
Fake
You know what I mean?
Bin Laden, that was weird.
They just tossed the motherfucker off the ship.
Nobody saw his corpse.
You know what I mean?
Not a single fucking person.
The same thing like Michael Jackson, for example. The only person that saw his body was the doctor.
Oh, yeah,
that announced him dead. So who's to say that he didn't just go into fucking, you know what I mean, hiding because of all the rape and pedophilia allegations.
Oh, yeah.
That went on for 30 years. You know what I mean? Like.
So there's a YouTube channel I was watching the other day. Give credit out to Vince Vintage. And he did a whole thing of the conspiracy behind Jeffrey Epstein. And it's pretty compelling.
Yeah.
With all the, he's talking about that he thinks Jeffrey Epstein actually did kill himself.
I don't, there's
watch the video. He's pretty compelling.
There's no scenario in which Jeffrey Epstein would kill himself. Think about it.
Well, he was in.
This guy has dirt on just about any powerful person in the world that he could possibly want.
But Ghislaine is the mind. He wasn't.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's already been arrested for this back in, I think it was the 80s or the 90s.
Oh, yeah. And it all got brought back.
He became an FBI informant. So he was untouchable. Did
you know during that time, everybody that was involved with that first trial, when he got off, he got like house arrest or some bullshit.
It was basically the Pablo Escobar treatment.
To where nobody else that was involved could be prosecuted.
Yeah.
And they reopened that case.
Yeah.
And so now everybody that was involved, all the people in Trump's...
why weren't we ever given privy to the list of people that were on the Lolita Express?
The Lolita Express, yeah.
They had the flight logs. Why is that not public knowledge? Why are we not allowed to know?
He would have people go to the high schools and they would pay girls like models. Mm-hmm. And how he got re-caught was two girls got into a fight. I think it was in Palm Springs. Mm-hmm. Florida, and one of the girls had $300 cash on her, high school girl, and they're like, how'd you get this money? Where'd this money come from? It didn't come from her parents or anything. And then that's when she spilled the beans about modeling, and they knew because Jeffrey Epstein had just given the department like $16 million for all new training equipment and shit. They went right to Jeffrey.
Yep.
Fucking booked his ass.
And the thing is, man, like I was saying, if you're him, you've got to get out of jail free card anytime you want to fucking play it. Because of the amount of leverage he has on all these people, he could have basically said, hey, you guys get me the fuck out of here, or I drag every fucking one of you through the mud. Mm-hmm. Regardless of whether Ghislaine or however the fuck you say her name was the head of this whole three-headed beast or
She
whatever.
just, her father went bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
And so she went broke. And then that's why she went into the whole getting to know all these rich and powerful people, because she was wanting to be, she grew up with a lot of these people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
her father did.
That's what ultimately damns a lot of people, is they want that seat at that higher up table.
Mm-hmm.
And some people will compromise their morality, their ethics, to get a seat at that table.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing is, if you've got to do that, that's not a table you want to eat at.
True.
Like, if you have to compromise your moral integrity, you shouldn't have to compromise that.
You can get rich and famous by just being yourself.
You don't need to sell out and be a fucking shell of yourself, and
maybe a little.
To an extent, but
yeah.
not selling.
Just get there,
not
but then
selling
after
fucking children. I was watching this video the other day about the sex trade, and how it's literally on pace at the moment before the end of the year to do I think it was $34 billion annually.
How much
is what that trade does? Do you know how much all of like the UFC, MLB, NBA, if you took all of the money that they make, it's $22 billion. U.S. sports, like the three, MLB, MLS, NFL,
all the big
ones.
If you took
all the big ones and combined them, I think it's $22 billion. Don't quote me on this, but in the video, they discuss the amount of money. The fucking human trafficking trade does $34 billion a year. It is on pace before the end of the year to surpass guns as well as the drug trade. The fact that it is beating out guns and drugs, that's fucking crazy, man.
Well, maybe it's because people are so expensive. How much does a person go for?
I mean, you got to think.
I'm sure it's like make and model.
But that's not
in
the thing.
year.
It's the amount of times you can flip them, because they said in the video that children, 5 to 10 times in a day, you could sell them. You could flip them and rent them.
Could you imagine getting raped 10 times a day?
I can't.
I've heard horror stories of them locking large groups of children together in complete darkness. Like they've been raised.
Ships, yeah.
They'll adopt children, and then they never see the light of day again. And they're just slaves. They don't learn anything.
Nope. They don't teach them how to talk. They don't teach them anything.
Yeah.
Nothing.
That's fucked.
And it's just
they're like animals.
Fucking insane to me that we've got all this technology.
We can't make sex robots.
We can't completely eradicate the sex trade.
Why aren't anime girls real?
I don't know. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be super cool.
Yeah, big old jugs on an anime girl.
Yeah, skimpy outfits and huge tits and ass.
Always happy. Always happy.
Huge eyes.
Nissan, Oni-chan.
Oh, teach me, senpai.
Senpai. Fuck. Shit. But anyway, back to business. So human trafficking is a huge...
$34 billion annually.
$34 billion. So how do we get... How does this happen? I just want to know.
I'm not trying to sell people.
Yeah, that'd be super fucked up. I don't know how you would be able to do that.
Just running restaurants for as long as I did, I can't imagine. Like, selling burgers was one thing. Trying to sell people. Like, how do you upsell a person? You know, I could upsell any fucking dish you put on a plate, but
how much are these people? So how much are these people going for? That's because I'm curious to see, just for a friend, you know.
I couldn't tell you.
Does a person go for like 60 grand, 70 grand?
I mean, you got to think. Like,
you can get one kidney for like 6.
If you're looking at it from like a sexual standpoint, you know what I mean. It almost falls into like an art as far as like purchase price. You know, like. It'd be if you're looking for, I mean, if you treated it like an auction house, you know what I mean, they'd bring out this 17-year-old girl, virgin, you know what I mean, and if she's blonde, blue eyes, you know, they might pay X amount. If she's Hungarian or Cambodian, you know what I mean, like, it's makes and models at that point.
That's what I was saying earlier, make and model year.
So, I mean, you start breaking it down like that, you know, you can charge whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, how depraved does it get? Does it be like a 12-year-old is worth more than a fucking 17-year-old? Because a 17-year-old's almost going to be legal.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucked.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Like, the younger it is, the more valuable they become.
Yeah, because you think about it, you get so many years out of them. You know, it's like... It's just... But it's fucking insane to me that we don't... We emphasize so dramatically all of this other ridiculous shit. as far as law enforcement goes.
Oh, yeah.
And we can't seem to get ahead of this.
Mm-mm.
Like, dude,
They're people.
I don't give a fuck about the international drug trade or guns because that shit is going to happen. We are going to find ways. But
yeah, guns are cool.
People?
Yeah, people
You're
are
telling
lame.
me that you can't stop that?
How would you?
Drugs and guns, I can understand.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because that shit, it's inanimate objects. You know what I mean? It's hard to track guns. It's hard to track, you know.
Yeah, how would
drugs.
you? Yeah, how?
But tracking people, that shouldn't be a difficult fucking task. If you've got cargo crates full of people, how is that happening? How? I don't give a fuck who you are. That has to be paid. People are paid off not to see that.
Well, you're talking about the bigger where they're putting them all into crates and shipping
I'm
them.
talking about
I heard
the mass scale
Epstein
shit.
would like invite them to do modeling. They'd have modeling contracts,
Right.
and in Russia they have like modeling agencies, and they're just for human trafficking.
Yeah.
And you're a model, you'll get paid.
Well, it's like that movie Taken.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like where they would go and find people they'd have them share a cab with them, and then they'd find out where they're staying, and then they just abduct them.
So by the time the cops really knew what was going on, the women think they're on a modeling cruise.
Yeah.
Until they realize it's too late. And they don't realize until after they've been locked in.
I don't know, man. There's got to be a way to cut the head off that snake. There has to be.
You would have to be able to track people.
But we have so much fucking facial recognition software now. Cameras on every fucking square inch of this planet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the fact that we can't bring this system down, you know what I mean? And I'm not talking about the Jeffrey Epsteins of the world that are, you know, basically hand-picking, cherry-picking individual girls.
Like the
I'm
mass
talking about
producers.
the mass scale where you're seeing cargo crates, like I've mentioned, coming in full of children, 30, 40 of them jam-packed in there like they did the Jews in the Holocaust, just nonstop. You know, droves of them coming in. And a lot of it's Chinese. A lot of it's the Asian market.
Yeah.
I'm not disparaging China or the Asians, but
maybe the orcas will take those ships out.
maybe.
But orcas to save the
Free
fucking
them.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it's disgusting.
I mean, a lot of it's India and Asia. You know, a lot of these people that you see in the sex trade, it's coming from those countries. You know, it only became a quote unquote problem because rich white girls were getting abducted. You know what I mean? Like, it seems that
if they were poor white girls, it'd be fine.
Yeah, nothing's ever an issue until it happens to rich people.
Yeah.
You know, until a rich person goes missing, or, you know, like the fucking thing we were talking about earlier with the Titanic submarine.
All those billionaires.
If those people didn't pay $200,000 for those tickets, it wouldn't be a big deal. But because they're billionaires and they're eccentric and this, that, and the other, it's a big deal. Like,
yeah. So here's another. Yeah, that whole fucking
that's
sub
getting
thing is
fucking
interesting.
24-hour coverage, nonstop on these big networks.
But human trafficking is.
Yeah, you got guys like Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz is I think he's a senator from Florida, was found basically sex trafficking girls across Georgia-Florida state lines, and is still has a seat. Like, you were indicted and went to fucking court for this, and lo and behold, he got off scot-free.
Yeah, they make the rules. Yeah. And insider trading, human trafficking. They're all doing drugs. They're
banging hookers.
Banging hookers. Sounds like a great fucking job.
And it's crazy to me because, you know, you look at these politicians, whether it be the right side or the left side.
They tell you what to fucking do.
They act like they're holier than thou, and like they've got these, you know, they're perfectly ethical, they're perfectly religious, spiritual, you know, all this shit. They've got a perfect marriage. No, they don't. 99% of these congressmen and senators and governors and these people in power, they've got fucking terrible lives. They're corrupt as shit. Their wife or husband hate them.
A third of them don't have good enough credit to buy a house.
Their kids are drug addicts and constantly getting in trouble with the law. Their infidelity out the fucking ass.
Yes, it was like a third of Congress doesn't have a good enough credit score to buy a house.
Did you see that? There was a video. This
NFL versus...
Yeah, NFL or NBA, where he was asking, he's like, you know, he started listing off all these statistics, and it was 400, out of the 400 and something, like, people in Congress.
Yeah.
316 of them had open or active
Yeah, it's like
lawsuits
80%.
or criminal. Yeah.
Yeah, lawsuits. They didn't have good enough credit to buy a house. They didn't
Like,
have, yeah. Or
had
like
been
to get a credit
arrested,
card, had been
domestic
arrested.
assault, DUIs, drug possession, hookers. I mean, you name it. There's a litany of charges, and we're sitting here condemning the basketball players or the football players
For sitting or standing during the fucking national anthem.
Yeah,
Right?
But
We have real fucking
meanwhile,
issues.
The leaders of our country are actual pedophiles, rapists, drug offenders, you name it.
Wolves.
Yeah, dude, wolves. It'll solve
Pack
all our
of
goddamn
wolves.
problems. Pack of wolves.
Pack of fucking wolves.
Yeah, I'm so tired of the fucking pay-to-play system that we live in, and that if you have enough money, you can get away with fucking anything.
Yeah, because I'm losing.
Yeah. It pays... It goes against you to be poor. You know what I mean? Like
It's expensive as fuck to be poor.
That's what I was looking for.
You can, so here, for example, say you made like $20 an hour, $15 an hour, but you had an 800 credit score, right? You're fucking doing it. You could buy a vehicle, 0 down, brand new, pay $600 a month,
Yep.
and then every year trade for a brand new fucking truck every year. And at some point, you would pay that down. But if you had a 480 credit score but made $50 an hour, you couldn't get approved for a fucking buy here, pay here vehicle.
You couldn't get approved for a bicycle.
Yeah. And so, well, you end up doing a buy here, pay here, and end up paying for a $6,000 vehicle for the rest of your fucking life.
28% interest. Yep. I mean, look at my fucking shit situation. I went and bought that truck that was listed at 10. It's, I'm paying 13 for it. My interest rate's over 20% because
you'll never pay that thing off.
Yeah.
I was making, so when I first started plumbing down here, it was a little rough, but my first year was rough, but I was still at like 40 grand that year, but the next year I was at 120, and I couldn't get finance for a vehicle.
Yeah.
And I had enough money to buy the vehicle straight up.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to waste all that money. I ended up buying a $6,000 Nissan Frontier for $6,000, and I paid on it for a year at $300 a month. At the end of that, I ended up getting the red truck, right? And my credit had gotten better, but I still owed $5,000
after a year. Yeah.
After a year,
Okay,
and I put $2,000 down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at 20%.
Just the interest. Yeah.
They charged me $4,900 to pay it off.
Yeah.
It was like after a year, a little over a year.
It's
So when I bought the red
insane.
truck, I put $5,000 down. And so that whole ordeal is damn near $10,000 fucking dollars.
Yeah, man. It's fucking insane. Like it's a flawed system.
And the insurance is more on an older car. My insurance for the
dude,
Nissan was $240.
Yeah.
And the one for the red truck is only $140.
Well, that fucking Dodge that I have, it's an 05, and I can't get insurance, under $200.
Yeah.
And it's my truck payment on that's $360 a month. So I've got almost $600 roughly every month just for my truck, and it's an 05. Like,
what's the calculation on say your car payment's $300 plus say rent is $1,500? Lucky. If you're fucking lucky.
If you're living in a 1-bedroom rundown sack of shit in Florida, yeah. $1,500.
Cell phone, $110 because you financed a phone or some bullshit, and then food. Let's say you could live.
Say $400.
$400 a month on food.
That's $100 a week.
$400.
I feel like
plus
that's
gas, which would also be $400 fucking dollars.
Yeah.
So we got cell phone, gas, food. That's not including electric, if that's included in your rent.
Yeah, utilities add another $300 probably.
Plus $300.
Yeah,
so that's
being generous.
nothing. Right? That's just your basic. That's no fun.
Wi-Fi. You haven't added
no
Hulu,
internet,
Netflix,
none of
gym
that.
membership.
That's $3,000 a month times 12 months. You need to make $36,000
just to live.
Just to live.
Exist. Yep. And then you add in going out.
Don't go to Starbucks every day. Fuck you. I can't buy anything.
It is $36,000 just for me to exist a year. So you're telling me that I'm supposed to just fucking get over it?
Mm-hmm. $36,000 a year, bare minimum, no internet.
That's at $1,500 for rent. Let's be real here. You're not finding a fucking place
For under
down here in
19.
Florida. Yeah. You're looking
Nothing.
at $1,900 to $2,000 a month for rent.
Mm-hmm.
If you're lucky. And then
you're
on top
fucking
of that, you know, like I said, your car payment may be more than $400.
Most likely is.
If you bought
Because we didn't put insurance.
Yeah.
We didn't cover. You're at $36,000. You didn't even do car insurance.
Yeah.
We just did food
And gas.
Yeah.
And rent and utilities.
Yeah.
You know, you start adding in. You go out once a week. Let's say that's $50.
Yeah. No, you can't fucking do that. So you need to make $100,000 a year to live. That's putting money in savings.
And the thing is, those $100,000 jobs aren't out there.
There aren't any.
Like, unless you're starting your own business, where are you going to make $100,000 right now?
Nowhere.
What job are you walking into of making $100K? I mean, dude, with my resume in the restaurant industry, you know what I mean? I'm getting job offers for 60, 65.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's with 15 years.
Yeah.
So I mean,
you have to make $700 a week after taxes to have no fucking life.
You have to make what?
$700 a week. I put 52. I divided it by 52. You have to make $700 a week after taxes.
Just to survive.
So say taxes are 20%, 25%.
Well, fuck.
That's $1,000 a week.
I'm living proof of that. You look at me working for Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I would get $1,000 was the highest I got for a 2-week check.
Yeah.
Working for Amazon as a delivery driver. The last paycheck I got when we went to Cleveland, $700 for 2 weeks.
Make $700 fucking dollars
for 2 weeks of work.
So let's say $1,000 clear. What's $1,000 divided by 40 hours a week? It's $25 an hour. $25 an hour should be minimum wage.
Yeah. I mean, they threw a big shit fit because we wanted $15 an hour for minimum wage.
15 is way too low. $25 an hour.
And then you went off and printed $4 trillion.
And it's getting worse.
And you've inflated everything to the point that 15. It wasn't the $15 an hour fucking minimum wage hike that caused all
You
this.
can raise the price of a burger at McDonald's 50 cents and make up that $15 an hour.
100%.
Minimum wage needs to be $25 an hour.
Everybody sat here and was like, "Oh, if you raise minimum wage, all the prices are going to go up." Nope. It's not a direct it's not a cause and effect action of raising minimum wage that prices go up.
I love how callous poor people are.
It's so, and
because these motherfuckers like $15 an hour, well, they're making $20 an hour. The real reason, I guarantee, is like, well, if I'm gonna make $15 an hour flipping burgers at McDonald's, why am I? They're only making $5 an hour less than me. You get your raise too, motherfucker.
Yeah,
just get it.
That's the thing that always pissed me off. People are like, well, I'm only making EMTs only make $20 an hour, while our burger flippers making $15. You
fucking make more money.
Now that these guys are making $15 an hour, you can go to your boss and say, hey, man, I'm an asset here. I should be making X more than people flipping burgers.
Our suggestions aren't just to raise the minimum wage. It's to raise everybody's wage because $25 an hour right now is not coffee. You're not getting coffee.
Yeah.
You're having a car, no internet at home, no fun. You can't go anywhere because that's literally bills.
Yep.
Because we didn't even include auto insurance.
It didn't include anything.
It didn't include anything.
Leisure.
You had a phone.
Yeah.
You had a decent phone. Maybe if you had good credit, a decent car.
Yeah.
And rent.
And
that's it.
Place.
Yeah. And $100 a week for food. Yeah. You're not saving money.
You're not balling. You're not having fun. You're not doing anything exciting.
So if $15 an hour is minimum wage, EMTs are making 20. If you bump it up to 25, what is the value of things? I find this so, I don't know what to call it, so strange that people put value on things because the thing I see that has value, most people don't see value in it.
Right.
It's clean water.
Yeah.
The people that are out here providing clean water and providing a place for sewage to go
Yeah.
isn't one of the
People don't
most...
realize how dramatic our society changed when modern plumbing and toiletry became a regularity.
Health. Yeah, it's the biggest thing to human health.
Well, you look at the plague. That's what caused the plague, was a lack of proper toilets.
People were shitting in the streets, and
it's just filling the streets, and then the rats are getting septic.
There's very few people out there that'll go, oh, plumber, oh, that's a shit job. You probably shouldn't fucking do that. You know, why are you charging this? I'm like, well, for one, I want to have a good life, so I'm going to charge this. And if you want me to do it, I can get it cheaper somewhere else. Go get it cheaper.
Yeah.
But yeah, the same thing is that's a valuable thing. That's even clean water from the city. That's so fucking valuable.
Can I just say, to take it back just a couple seconds, I can get it cheaper. When I was doing pressure washing, and I would hear people say I can get it cheaper, that was the most nerve-hitting fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's a slap in the fucking face.
Because, like, it's like that fucking one guy, Trevor or whatever, that fucking said he could get it done for $300. And I just looked at him, good luck. Like, if you can get it done for $300, why am I here? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
did you think I was going to give you $250?
Yeah, did you think I was going to undercut the guys that are already undercutting me by $400? Fuck no.
Yeah, no. Like, and poor guys they're probably Mexican guys making 300 fucking bucks.
There's 6 of them working on a crew getting it done in an hour
they're probably making $10 a piece.
Yep.
Or some bullshit.
$10 an hour.
Whoever owns that company got those Mexicans cheap.
Yep.
And then they're fucking, well, we don't.
And I'm not knocking those guys whatsoever, because I respect the shit out of them. They do a great job, but
I'm saying they should charge more.
Yeah, I can't compete with that. Because
dude,
I'd go out on jobs and I'd fucking get there and they'd be like, oh, well, so and so told me they'd do it for like $100, and I'm like, no, it's a whole fucking house. I'm not doing a whole house and driveway and sidewalks.
4 hours worth of shit.
Yeah, I'll be here all day.
Yeah,
by myself. Like, you might be able to charge $100 when you have 4 guys doing the job and it gets done in an hour. But when this is my nut for the day, like this house, this is all I'm doing, I can't charge $100. What good does it do me? Because if I charge you $100 to this entire house and driveway and sidewalks, I've wasted my entire day, where I could have gone out and done 10 driveways for $50 a piece.
It wasn't worth the gas to fucking get here.
Yeah. Like, people don't understand that. And, like, it's just fucking nauseating. Sorry.
No, it is. It's fucking, you know how many times, like, it's constantly people, like, if you're in business, you know this. It's just always this.
Trying to shortchange you.
Shortchange you. And you know what that is? That isn't, like, I'm willing to negotiate prices on certain things, but when you devalue me.
Yeah, you're disrespecting me.
You're straight up disrespecting me. You're not worth.
You don't take my time as a valuable thing.
You're not worth what you're charging. Why? And then explain to me why you're so expensive. Because I'm Michael Kidd. That's why. You can call it whoever you want.
15 fucking years of experience doing this.
Yeah, I don't have to think about this, and I'll get whatever that would take you 3 days to do to figure the fuck out with 10 leaks. It'll take me 20 minutes.
Yeah,
I've seen every fucking thing.
I've seen it firsthand. And like, it's just dumbfounding when people want to question your intellect or your ability when it's what you do for a fucking living.
It is.
Like,
and they call me. I'm like,
yeah.
Sometimes it's one of those things where I've been doing this trade, so it's audible to me. It's just automatic. I don't have to think about it.
Well, yeah, it's the thing I've seen when I've come out and worked with you, because it's not something I regularly do. And so when I would come and work with you, I would get frustrated because you made it look so effortless when you did things. You know, I would be putting together, you know, these systems and people's ceilings and in the floor and shit, and I'd map everything out, think that I had it perfect, and then you'd come down, take 2 seconds to look at it, and you'd be like, oh, well, no, you should do it this, and I'm like, oh, fuck, like,
right. Yeah,
that makes way more sense. Yeah, but that's what you get with the price that you pay, is that you get that knowledge, you get that expertise, and you get that perfection. If you
throw me in a restaurant environment, the roles are gonna reverse.
Yeah,
you're gonna be like, Mike, this doesn't make any fucking sense. Why are you doing it like this? Because I don't know.
But that's the thing, is, you know, when you have that level of expertise, you can charge those kinds of prices. You know, because you know that at the end of the day, if you have a question, I can answer it. Because I've been there. I've done that. I know all of the fucking situations that could arise because I've experienced them.
I've
So
seen every
when
fucking
you ask
thing.
why it costs this much, it's because I've taken the time to learn how to avoid all of those things that are going to trip me up and take me 6 days to fucking get this done. I've avoided all of that. I've saved you countless hours of work and money, because if you'd hired someone else, they're going to take 5-6 days to get this done.
Maybe.
We'll
see. Because at this point in my life, I've been in business. I'm not able to work for anybody. I cannot fucking. I'll last 2 weeks. Like I work for customers and stuff. But I have some sort of freedom.
Lately. That's
I can't.
Ever since I started the pressure washing business, the jobs that I've gone to.
It's
now,
just the freedom.
It's so
and you just have to figure
hard.
out how to get money.
Yeah, after you've worked for yourself, I can tell you firsthand. I started that pressure washing business last year with Mike and Boone, and you know it took the fuck off when we first started, and then it fell off. And it was a learning curve for me. I'm damn proud of what we did, but it fell short, you know. But you know, now going back to a regular, 9 to 5 or whatever, it sucks, man.
Oh yeah.
Because anytime someone tells me what to do, or they berate me for my performance, or this, that, and the other, I don't listen to it. I don't hear what you're saying, because I've done my own thing. I've been my own boss. I've ran my own shit. I know what that feels like.
It's a cage.
It is, man.
And the people, your managers and shit, telling you what to do, they have no idea what the fuck they're doing.
Nope.
They have no right to tell you what to do.
I've been a manager. I've been a boss. I've ran companies. It's not. There's a lot of days where I have to fucking pull shit out of my ass because I have no fucking idea what I'm doing at that moment.
Yeah, you're just managing people that do know. Yeah, that do know what you're supposed to be managing, people who know what's going on.
Well, in the restaurant industry, it's a whole nother ball game, man. Yeah. You're usually working with 22-year-olds that are getting pissed drunk every fucking night and go to EDM festivals and do shit. And granted, I did a bunch of stupid shit when I was younger.
I do want to go to an EDM festival once. Reggie makes it seem fun.
They're not.
They're not, I can tell.
If you're not on ketamine or ecstasy or something, you're going to have an absolute... trust me.
Yeah.
You're going to have an absolute awful time, because I used to fucking love dubstep, EDM, that whole fucking scene in like 2010, 11.
Yeah, like Bass Nectar and shit. When it first started
slapping onto the scene... Deadmau5, Skrillex,
Nero, Bass Nectar, all the old school.
Yeah, when that shit first started taking off, man, it was fucking sick as hell. And I went to festivals and stuff and did the whole 9 yards. And if you're not on some sort of mind-altering drug, that music's not that fun.
It's the same. I can imagine just being loud as fuck.
It's not, and the environment. It's not fun, because you look around and everyone's on drugs. Mm-hmm. Everyone. And so if you're not also... It's like going to the bar and being the only sober person. If you're not
you're just miserable.
Drinking and getting fucked up, it's annoying as shit, because everyone's fucked up around you, and there's loud-ass music that you're not really enjoying because you're not under a substance. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, if you're not smoking weed or taking some Molly or...
It's not fun. I would do mushrooms.
Don't get me wrong. I'm sure it may be fun for other people, but in my personal opinion, if you're not on some form of substance, EDM festivals aren't fun, man. They're not. Like...
Chalk that shit up.
And... In my own opinion, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this from the 3 viewers that we have.
Not the viewers.
I think it's just a sad excuse for girls to be whores.
Ooh.
90% of the girls that listen to that music don't actually have a profound understanding or like a genuine like love for that music.
Yeah.
It's just a reason for them to go dress in slutty outfits. It's Halloween. You know what I mean? Like if you've ever been to a festival before... Mm-hmm. None of the women there are clothed. They're just looking for an excuse to get naked and take a bunch of acid and ecstasy and shit. Like, it's literally just a big horror fest. I mean, I'm not trying to be an asshole.
Makes me want to go either way.
But, I mean, you're doing that much ecstasy, ketamine, Molly. Yeah, you're going to be fucking a lot. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just natural. But, yeah, it's just a real sad excuse for people in their 20s to just do a bunch of illicit drugs. And well, it's like that dickhead Adam that fucking came to Adobe that one day and was pissing and moaning about how he couldn't take a fucking drug testing kit.
Alex?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I fucking hate that guy. I hope he hears this. Fucking, he come in, fucking, that day he was talking about how, like, Lollapalooza or whatever wouldn't let him bring in a drug testing kit. And I'm like, yeah, obviously.
Because drugs are illegal.
Drugs are illegal.
Mm-hmm.
If they allow you to bring one in, that sets the precedent.
Mm-hmm.
It allows you to do illicit drugs while they're promoting an event.
Mm-hmm.
If they allow that, they become
responsible. Yeah.
For your actions. If they allow that, they
and
now
they're not
going to
do that as an organization
out their fucking ass. So why would they allow you to bring that in? Because if you're bringing in a drug test kit, what does that tell me?
That you've got drugs.
Or you intend on taking drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, I'm not trying to sit here and act holier than thou. I did all this stupid shit.
You're not a fucking politician.
Yeah. I'm trying to talk some sense into some of you because I did this stuff. It's dumb. It's not cool. It's not fun to get fucked up all the time.
You always see the young crowd like trying to do the coolest adult shit. You're in such a hurry to be an adult.
Dude, chill the fuck out and enjoy being young.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't enjoy it enough. I didn't take the time to actually enjoy my youth. I was in such a hurry to get the fuck out of the house. 17 years old, you know, living on my own, fucking getting after it. You know, I had a job. You know, I didn't give a fuck about school, didn't give a fuck about anything else. Like,
yep.
You know, I was just in a hurry to get the fuck out. And now looking back on it, man, I wish I would have taken my time. I wish I would have hung back at home and saved some fucking money and listened to my mother.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But, you know, these kids are in such a fucking hurry to go out and to quote unquote live life. You're not living life doing drugs.
No.
Okay? I'm just here to tell you. I've done it all. I've been there. I've seen it. It's not worth it. If you want to do a little bit here and there at home in the safety of your house where you're not going to affect anyone else, by all means, take some hallucinogens when you're chilling at the house. Smoke some weed. That's fine. But when you're out in public and around other people, it's your responsibility to take care of yourself. And when you take hallucinogenics or you take Molly or ecstasy or any of that shit when you're in public, you've now ruined my atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Because
you got to babysit them now.
Yeah, I've got to make sure that you're not going to die or kill someone or do something fucking reckless. I don't like that. So that's why I don't go to those festivals anymore. Because I'm not taking any of this shit. I'm not.
Yeah, you'd be like, it'd be weird
I'd be
to
a grandpa.
have those people, yeah.
Yeah, I'd be a grandpa, and everyone would hate me because I'd be a party pooper, and I know that. So I don't go to these things, you know.
You're responsible young lads. But we're going to close this fucker down.
Yeah, dude, close it the fuck off.
We're closing it down.
Get the fuck out of our office.
Thanks.
Get the fuck out.
Thanks, Kel, for tuning in.
I'll be sure to be our number one viewer
number one viewer.
If you guys haven't watched this one, watch it. It's pretty funny.
Like and subscribe.
That guy right there, everyone thinks he's a Steelers fan because of that hat. Yeah.
This guy right here, he's kind of boring.
He's got that guy over there. He's got a really fat cock. So any ladies out there,
I might do
super fat dick. He might do porn.
I might do porn.
We might have a porn studio in this room.
He might have a porn studio. Probably not going to happen.
Not even joking.
Like, subscribe, follow us on Patreon. We don't have a Patreon. Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, San Diego. I'm fucking out of here, dude. I'm going to go drink this beer.
Like my balls.